Here we go, round one. I think Master is going to make short work of Chosen1 here. And not really picking favorites or anything, but the guys that are into DOA watching the stream at home, shout-outs to Black Mamba, Perfect Legend, all the other top DOA players. Ninja CW and Rabies. We even got Evil in the building. I'm pretty sure, I can't see you guys on the stream, but I'm watching it here. You guys already know how this story is going to end. Master is probably just going to like put the whipped cream and the cherry on top and then just be like, okay, you're done, happy birthday. But Chosen1 actually has been messing around with Hayate and some of his newer moves. This build, a lot of the juggles and a lot of the gravity has been changed up from the demo that you guys might have played. But again, he's down to about 10% health, and Master looked like he was trying to pick up a broom and beat Chosen1.
Yeah, like hit him with the broom. I like it, like on the stage, like that broom will be kicked around the entire stage while people are fighting.
I would make that a goal. Like whoever can push the broom the furthest in the stage.
That should be the win.
Wins.
That should be the W.
Easily. I mean, Chosen1 opening up here with the first good amount of damage, and
nice.
He's looking like he's adapting to Hayate pretty well. Got Master about 50% health. I don't know if he's had an awakening or just, you know, literally just took a beating while he was watching Master the first time.
Yeah, he was gloating. He's like, I got that win.
Now, how important would you say adaptation is when it comes to fighting games?
Well, fighting games in general, extraordinarily important. You know, you have your game plan, but your game plan might not mesh well with the opponent's game plan, so you have to make adjustments, make changes.
What about improvisation as well?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Sure. I mean, I think that they are the same thing in some respects.
There you go.
But I think in DOA, I think what a lot of people encounter as an issue is that with the counters and the way that the system works is like it's easy to innovate, adapt by just pressing counter or getting some luckies because juggles aren't necessarily guaranteed in some respects.
True. I think that's where the adaptation comes in with a game like DOA, because I mean, you have this kind of split. Well, I shouldn't even say split. You have a small percentage of people who really don't like the counters, but at the same time, it's just like there's adaptations. How you defeat a counter is with a grab. So for those now joining us and not familiar with DOA at all, it's like rock, paper, scissors. Every attack is going to either come high, mid, or low. So,
well, just like any other fighting game.
Exactly.
Other than special mids and some other crush moves and things like that.
Correct. But here you can counter them. So if we're fighting, and I know you're just abusing those high attacks, I can actually counter the high and turn the momentum around in my favor. So when you guys are seeing them go at it, and all of a sudden offense becomes defense, that's what's going on. Is these guys are switching with the counters. So I'm kind of anxious. They've actually toned the counters down. They're listening to the community. That's part of the reason they brought certain players out here, because these guys at Tecmo Koi are really concerned with what the community says.
Yeah, certainly that. I mean, we've been involved in many discussions. I know they've been polling various fighters and other players around the community, asking what inputs, what things they'd like to see, what changes, what would make it better, would make more sense. Still trying to keep it true to the game, but maybe improve on a little bit, because there's always room for improvement.
And I think that's huge. I mean, because you have players that, playing Bungie or Halo or all these other games, Gears of War, and would love an opportunity, the top players, to actually talk to developers and say, hey, here's our input. These guys actually care here what's going on with DOA. And I mean, let's get back to the match here.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
But I just think it's really cool what they're doing here, how they're opening up to the community and actually listening and taking their input. Chosen1 actually getting around.
I got around. I know you were mid sentence. I didn't want to get in your way with that.
It's okay, man. I just got caught up here in all the hoopla. But
I think you like the talk of the Gears of War. I think this match needs more chainsaws. I think we should add that.
Well, we got Hayashi in the building. We can actually talk to him. He'll listen to me if I tell him to put a chainsaw.
We should put a chainsaw.
All right, Master getting back on here. Master taking the first set.
Does this stage have a transition?
Yes, actually the opening, you can actually send them straight off, or if you...
There it is.
Here we go.
I did that on purpose, folks. I knew it was coming.
There it is, and now we're in the water. When you're in the water, every hit becomes a critical. So normally when you're punching and hitting, not every hit is going to put them in stun, but when you're standing in the water, every hit becomes a stun.
What are they, made out of salt?
I don't know. It's like maybe your neck becomes more tender when you're standing in water.
You can't balance?
In the DOA world.
Your core's weakened?
Yeah, I'm actually anxious to see what's going to happen, because if you guys look, you may or may not see this, but there's a huge snake behind the cameraman right now. And in this current build, you can throw them into the snake. The snake actually lights up. So
there's the alligator. There's an alligator sitting in there.
The snake's probably going to come out here. The crocodile lights up as well. So we don't know in the final build if you'll be able to throw them into the crocodile's mouth or throw them into the snake. Chosen1's looking to go out into the night here. Master's looking to close the door, but I don't know.
He's waiting for that wrong move. Get a counter.
Get out of there, C1. So now what Master's doing is faking him out here with that super. He's like, you come in. Oh, dang! Total disrespect from Chosen1. That's
Whoa,
it right
there
there.
it is.
Finish it out. Finish. Oh, Chosen1.
Don't play with
What
your
is your-
food.
I gotta get in here. Hold
Don't
on.
play with
I'll
your
be
food.
right back.